My name is Afe Babalola. I'm the leader of Group B, and we're working on activity 4, which is theme Tell a Story. Overview of the activity. Storytelling is a useful leadership competency. This activity provides practice for the participants. Objectives: to identify the importance of storytelling as a leadership competency. 2. To demonstrate how to tell a story. 3. To practice telling a story. Now let's meet my members. And when we get there, they will be introducing themselves.
My name is Kenny Adebaro.
My name is Ayola Ayomide.
My name is Adikunle Oluwanifemi. I'm in College of Sciences, Department of Computer Science, and I'm in Group B.
My name is Tolu.
My name is Ikem Dalu Adrian.
My name is Adil Solik.
My name is Ashley Ilar.
My name is Freedom Daikele. My name is Ubano Ejobe.
My name is Awenu Dari.
My name is Precious Ubigodo.
My name is Abola Grace Timudai.
My name is Endo Ubigodo.
My name is Oja Adoya.
My name is Rich Kumaka Richard.
My name is Olamide Tabidi.
My name is Seduka.
My name is Ugozu. My name is Subhanahu.
My name is Ametia Yuri.
My name is Yusuf Alamin.
My name is Ilishiso.
My name is Akinele Ayomide.
My name is Mr. Jagbara.
I'm Abdulaziz Fawaz. I'm Jayela Dimiji. Jeremy Samu.
My name is Bill Kudi.
My name is Umadu Suleiman.
My name is Ruben Bertrand.
My name is Amrasa Okeneti.
Hello everyone, so I'm going to tell a story about someone who inspires me, which in this scenario is the trainer, and he happens to be like the principal of my former school. His name is Mr. Isaac Taye Emanswen. I'm going to talk about his struggles and the lessons he learned during his career. So Mr. Isaac Taye Emanswen lived in a small village, Adeta village, in Ovia Northeast, Edo State. So his parents were peasant farmers, so getting money to eat was a very difficult thing. So him and his siblings helped their parents to farm so they can get money. So his parents decided to send him to school in his village during his primary school, and then he finished from primary school with a lot of strikes. So his parents decided to transfer him to another school in another village, even smaller than his own village, without electricity. So reading was a very big problem for him because they didn't have lights there, so it was a big problem. Then he got inspired by his maths teacher, Mr. Balogun, that inspired him to teach maths. So he told himself that he was going to teach maths, going to train children to be better and everything. So Mr. Isaac Taye Emanswen finished from secondary school and then got admission into Uniben, the University of Benin. And getting into Uniben was even a bigger problem because there was no money for him to feed and get books. So he decided that he was going to help students do their assignments, students who were lazy to do their assignments. So doing the assignments for students, he got money to typeset his own assignments and to feed. That's how he survived in his University of Benin, and then he graduated with a second class upper in mathematics, and then he came to my school to teach. He was a math teacher there. A lot of students loved him because like he was really friendly, really fun to be with, and then he taught me math. He was also my inspiration. He made me want to do math education. But like this man, the man will teach. He can give notes from his head, and other teachers, they use lesson notes. And then when I come to his class, I see him giving notes from his head and setting questions from his head. I'm like, I want to be like this man when I grow up. So and math was also my favorite subject. So with him, I understood maths better. So I was like, when I grow up, I'll be a math teacher. And then somehow I ended up in computer science. But it's still my inspiration till today. Thank you. Like the importance of storytelling as a leadership skill, we have motivation, we have persuasion, and then we have it helps build relationships with others. So like motivation now, if you tell a story to your team, it can like help motivate them to want to do things. Like assume you tell a story about this person, your teammates will be like, if this person can do it, then that means I can also do it. So like you see your teammates wanting to do that stuff. Then persuasion now, you can persuade people through telling stories. If you know how to tell a very good story, then you can assuming you want to get a job now, and like there are a lot of candidates. Your story can help you get the job. If you tell a good story, then person like, this person knows what he or she is doing, and they can persuade, and then the person will give you the job. Then it helps build relationship with others. If you tell stories, your stories can help you understand yourself as a leader, and this will help other people know you better and understand you, and then they'll want to relate with you and also trust you. I'm going to share handouts to you people concerning the elements of a good story, so you guys can also tell your stories. Handouts I shared, you have the elements of a good story, which is paint the scene, tell where and when this story occurred. That means you have to like give a location and a time that this story occurred. You understand? Yes, understand. Then identify the character or people in your story, give them names. That means in your story you have to like give names to the people in your story, like characters and everybody in the story. You give them names. Then state their predicament or problem. Then you say what they passed through, what they had to face. You get that? Then clarify the characters' intentions, what's going through their minds as they try to handle this problem. And then you say the things like that go right, self-explanatory, things that are going through their minds in trying to like solve this problem and tackle this problem. Okay. Then describe their actions, what did this person do, be specific, and then in your story, your characters, you have to like describe what each of them did, the role that they played in the story. You get? And include props that help provide important details and help the listeners get into the story. Your prop can be any item mentioned in your story. For example, if your story is about a time you helped your team through a crisis, you could hold up the frantic emails you received from them and perhaps even with a short one, include a surprise or element of amazement to tell the story memorable. For example, using the story above, a prop could show a photo of the celebration you held for your team after the crisis. Then you end the story. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Timothy Jaguara, and I'm about to tell a story about when I solved an important business problem. It was in my secondary school, SS3. We were about to go for a competition, The competition was about River State's waste management project. It was about who could form the most important products out of waste products. Well, I was the leader of that competition from my school. Other schools were researching on how to use tires to form seats, stools, and tables instead of burning them as carbon to layer. Other schools were also talking about how to use sports bulbs and lamp holders as rechargeable lamps instead of breaking them and causing injuries. Our school, we didn't have what to talk about, so I had to do research on the frequent or the most important problem in the society, which is water. We have the case of unpurified water everywhere. So I made a project about how you could purify water for town use from limited materials. We used plastic buckets and we used layers of sand as well as alum and chlorine to form sedimentation rocks in which we could use and purify the water. So at the end of the competition, our project was the best, and the state government decided to use it as a project to purify water for town use. Thank you.
Richard of Group B, and I'll be telling the story on the day I laid at my best. This day was the day we had our Calvepida competition. The day we got the information about this, our school, we put together a team. We had to take some tests. 30 people took that test. Out of the 30, 10 was selected. Out of the 10, we did some preparatory classes. The preparatory classes lasted for 1 week. Out of the 1 week, we did on different subjects like mathematics, physics, and biology. So the day of the competition, we all got onto the bus. We went to Umaya, that's where we had the test. When we had the first round, most of us weren't really ready. We were tense, we were scared. So I as the team captain, had to bring everyone together, calm them down, and tell them we can actually do this, that we can bring our school to the first, to rise to the top. So we started the competition. As we started, we went through the first round, we scaled through it. That was for the first day. We came back to the hotel we stayed at. We celebrated, we enjoyed ourselves, we ate, we drank, and all sorts of entertainment. The next day, we had to prepare again for the second round. And that day, more people actually they felt more relieved and felt like they could take anything home. So the second round came, we did the same thing, we won again. Leading to the final round, which was actually a very tough battle against another school. The competition actually lasted for 1 hour, depending on to get who will be the overall best in Nigeria or in Abia State. So we kept on fighting and fighting and fighting. At the end of the day, our school won. We were happy, we celebrated. They gave us a trophy, they gave us a medal. We were recognized generally as the overall best school in Abia State. They said that we did our best in mathematics and biology. We came back to the school. We were congratulated by the principal and our headmaster. They gave us medals as well in school and recognized us. We got to the Hall of Fame and also got cash prizes from our proprietors. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kenja Debayo. I'm telling my story on the time when I found out that I was competent on something. So there was a day, my friend, her name is Aisha, she has a clothing line collection and she needed to advertise and post her stuff online. So she said she needed a photographer. Before then, I wasn't really much into photography. So she contacted me and said she was going to pay me. Because I loved the money, I said yes, even though I had never operated the camera before. So on the day of the shoot, prior to the shoot, I went to YouTube, I learned how to use a camera, I learned all the nitty-gritty, everything I needed to be learned. And on the day of the shoot, I showed up, she gave me a camera, she got a camera from a friend, and we started to shoot. After the shoot, the photos came out really nice, really well. I went back to YouTube as well to learn how to use Photoshop, learn how to use Lightroom, After Effects, everything that you need to edit a photo. And I edited the pictures that we took. At the end of the day, she loved it. When I gave the pictures to her, she loved it. And when she posted the pictures online, everyone commended her. They were like, oh my God, who took your pictures? These pictures are really, really nice. So much so that the day she posted the pictures online, I got 3 other people contact me and tell me that they wanted me to take their photo. And so from there on, I felt, I think this photography thing is kind of a thing. I think I should be dabbling into this. And it was at that point that I kind of realized that I think I'm quite competent with photography. And since then, I've been building on my skills, trying to become better. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Iwuchiso and I'll be telling you a story of when I learned at my best. Going for the Model UN 2019 was a scene of joy. I was able to conquer my stage fright, and Model UN is a meeting between young people where they act as delegates of different countries and represent them. And I was leader of my team, Ecofin, and I was able to carry everybody along, although it wasn't easy. It gave me a lot of stress, but I tried my best to do my best. It wasn't so easy conquering my stage fright, but I still tried my best carrying everybody. We had to talk in front of different people, had different colors, different tribes, different countries. But I realized that teenagers have so many innovative ideas in building great things in the world, and I'm very happy that I contributed to that. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Afe Babalola, and I'm going to be telling a story about competence. So, when I was in SS2, I had this tournament I heard about from my friend Tayo. It was a gladiator soccer camp tournament with the FCB Academy from the UK visiting Nigeria. So my friend Tayo told me about it and we decided to participate. So it was during the second term holiday. Then we went for the tournament. It took place at Unilag in Lagos State. So we went there knowing that we weren't obviously going to be the best players there, but we just had to do our best. I knew that the coaches there, they weren't really looking for the best players. They were just looking for people that were like level-headed and wanted to learn. And that was like the most important thing in being a sportsman. So when I participated in the tournament, it was interesting, it was fun. But the thing that I think made me stand out was because there was this time when we were playing on defense. I was at right back, and the person at left back went forward, so the defense was completely open. Then I had to run from the right back to go to the left back and make sure that the opponent couldn't score us. So when that happened, I think the coaches were impressed, and that was like what actually gave me an advantage over most of my teammates. So as that went on, some people were like really rude to the coaches and they were showboating. They didn't really want to take part in teamwork, and that's really important in being a sportsman. And I think that's what they were really looking for. So at the end of the tournament, when they were announcing the people that won, they were going to pick 2 people from Lagos and 2 people from Abuja. I was selected. Well, it was exciting and everyone was buzzing. It was cool. My parents were proud, and well, later on it was time for the trip in UK. So the trip to the UK was at SS2, the third term holiday. That's when they took the trip. So, well, it was a nice experience to visit the UK at Stamford. We visited various stadiums in the UK. We visited the Wembley, Arsenal Stadium, Manchester, Liverpool, everything. It was nice. And we were coached by UEFA certified coaches, so they really knew what they were doing. And I also got to meet Sir Alex Ferguson at a friendly game. It was a really nice experience for me, and I hope to get more exciting experiences in the future. Thank you.
My name is Jeremy Samuel. I'm here to tell a story about the achievement of a milestone. This is a story I personally heard from one of my mentors and a great teacher. He said, and I quote, "It is a story to always remember whenever you are down, whenever you want to achieve something and you feel like you haven't done enough." So it goes like this. There was a boy, he was diagnosed with Chronos cancer at the age of 20, and he felt like that was the end for him. He went through surgery and had to go for a 6-month rest, and he was about to graduate college at the time. So during the 6-month rest, he realized that if he stayed at home for 6 months, he won't be able to pick up where he started from, and he felt depressed, felt down, until the local came, encouraged him, and told him that no matter whatever situation he is in at the moment, he will be able to achieve great things only if he believes in himself and has the right mindset for it. So after the 6 months of rest, he came back and he did his finals. He graduated with honors, and whenever anybody looked down at him, he always said, "Watch me do it." In his late 30s, he came and he created a new machine with the use of Microsoft. Actually, everybody thought it was not going to work, but after a few tweaks to it, he made a new software which was based on Microsoft but more advanced. So now he's a multi-billionaire. He runs his business, and he's also a mentor and a personal friend to me. Thank you.
The end of the storytelling sections, and we're going to the question and answer sections. So I'm going to ask you guys questions. Anybody can answer. Like, the question is, how did family stories or the lack of them affect you when you were growing up?
The story inspired me to always better myself in any way, in my school life and in my Christian life as well. Sometimes my dad would gather me and my sisters and my mother, and he would tell us stories of when he was growing up, some of his academic feats in school, how he always encouraged himself that he should suffer first, work hard, and all the cars and the houses and everything will eventually come later. I was the first person in his household to build the house and everything. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, the second question. What stories were you told as a new student in your school? So who wants to answer? Okay, Ayo. Let's go.
When I first got into Harvard, I told a story about an Harvard student who was able to maintain a 5.0 GPA from his 100 level to his 400 level. He tried this because he was able to block out all the distractions and maintain his social life with his academic life. And this was taught to us just to motivate us throughout our years in Harvard. Thank you.
You intend to use storytelling throughout your leadership skills and work life? Leadership program, actually.
I feel if I'm given a task to do something, or I am to lead a particular group of people to achieve something, and there is need to relate whatever task we have to achieve to past experience. You can use, or I can use, stories that I've heard of or stories that have affected me in past experience to encourage them that the task we have ahead can be accomplished. Thank you.
We've come to the end of the question and answer sections. Thank you for your participation.
I'm talking on how storytelling is useful to aspiring leaders. First of all, storytelling can be seen as a means of communication between individuals. So if a leader is able to communicate with his followers, is able to bring them together to achieve a common goal, innovate new ideas, to innovate new ideas, and also to bring in new forms of carrying out tasks, he will be able to bring them together and achieve one common goal, to put them together as a group, to make them seem useful and all whatnot. Thank you.